welcome class. Today we're going to learn about what a thesis statement is and how you can make one. So on the board I have our goals for today. So we're going to define what is a thesis statement, how do I formulate a thesis statement, when do I write a thesis statement, what is a weak thesis statement, and what is a strong thesis statement. So does anybody know what a thesis statement is?
Isn't it when you say the argument that the paper's trying to make?
Yeah, okay. Pretty good. So basically a thesis statement summarizes a main point that you're trying to make in like an essay or a research paper. It can also be thought of like a roadmap for your reader. So we'll answer the first question. What is a thesis statement? So it tells the reader what your paper is going to be about. Can anybody give me an example of a thesis statement? Yeah.
Mayella Ewell grew up in difficult circumstances, and Harper Lee feels sympathy for her.
Okay, so that would be a thesis statement for To Kill a Mockingbird. Okay, so now that we know what is a thesis statement, we're going to go talk about how do I formulate a thesis statement. So typically a thesis statement is a single sentence that appears at the end of the introduction paragraph. And it's not the first thing you do when writing a paper. So first you brainstorm an idea for a paper, and then you gather evidence, and based on that evidence is when you formulate your thesis statement. So right now I have this paragraph on the board, and I'm going to read it out loud, and then you guys are going to tell me what the thesis statement is. So hydroponics is an agriculture technique that does not use soil. First used by the French in 1926, hydroponics has been growing in popularity in recent years. Hydroponics is better than traditional growing techniques because it is more sustainable and requires less space. John?
The last sentence of that thesis.
All right. Awesome. Yes. So this is my thesis statement. Can anybody tell me how did you know that it was my thesis statement?
Because you said it was at the end of the paragraph, and the preceding sentences seem to add up to that.
Okay. Okay. And it's also this is something that I could like defend, and it's like a claim that I have that will allow me to like elaborate later in my paper, which is also a good indicator of what a thesis statement is. All right. So now that we know how do I formulate a thesis statement, and we've talked about when do I write one, let's talk about what is a thesis statement, or what is a weak thesis statement. So I have some examples of weak thesis statements. Exercise is good for you. Where the Red Fern Grows is a sad book. Could you guys tell me why you think those are bad thesis statements or weak thesis statements?
They just kind of make a claim without providing any evidence as to why.
Okay, Jonah.
I think that
Now I'll lead you in an academic cheer I made up to help you remember when and what a thesis statement is. All right, so are you guys ready? Repeat after me. Thesis, thesis, thesis.
Thesis, thesis, thesis.
There are three important pieces.
There are three important pieces.
First, organize your evidence.
First, organize your evidence
And formulate it into one sentence.
and formulate it into one sentence.
Second, this should be a statement
Second, this should be a statement
that makes your writing topic blatant.
that makes your writing topic blatant.
Lastly, your thesis should commit,
Lastly, your thesis should commit,
and your writing should prove it.
and your writing should prove it.
All right, we're going to go over it again. Thesis, thesis, thesis. There are three important pieces.
Thesis, thesis, thesis. There are three important